Okay, today I'm going to be showing you my Kenmore 1781 that I bought in 1976, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the cams in this particular model. So I'm just going to show you now this machine in action and how you put it in. Now what you do is that you pull back this lever on the right and slide that thing all the way down in there as far as it will go. Lever, and then you can see that the top button there, it says push, is set up. And you can line up the red mark to this arm over here so that you have precision starting. Okay, now here's a little sample that I did earlier using the fatter cam with the magnet on it, and it's the little bird pattern, and it's doing a really good job. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to put in that cam just a moment ago, and I'm going to show you the settings. Now, first of all, it must be set on cam, not the red dot. You must have your zigzag plate in, the one with the wide slot. You must have a zigzag foot on, or your satin stitch foot, anything that will take a zigzag type stitch in it and not break the needle. Then you're going to set your machine on cam, double checking. Then you're going to set it between 1 and 4, put it somewhere in the middle to start out. That is going to decide the width of whatever it is you're making. It'll make it fatter or skinnier by turning this. Okay, now I've got it on 3. Then you've got this, the LS modifier. Here's your straight stitch red button. Your indicator's up here. You want it between L and S. And all that does is gives you long and short. Long and short. So you can go back and forth and play with that, as you see. If you want it to, to be fatter, thinner, whatever, change your shape. And on stitch, they recommend 6 stitches per inch. There. So now we're all set up to sew. We've got thread loaded. She's properly set up. Machine was properly oiled last night in preparation for this day. And we're going to leave the top port open, but now we're going to do some sewing. And of course, the common sense rules of sewing. You're going to take your fabric and lay it out as evenly and flat and square as you can. And you're going to get your threads out of the way that should have been trimmed. Then we're going to lay this fabric down into the presser foot. And this is 2 layers of a very thin India cotton, so we should be good. I've got the tension on mine is set usually between 3.5 and 4. And of course, since this is very thin India fabric, we've got that pushed all the way down, so the feed dogs, the pressure foot pressure. So now we're ready to sew on my 1781. We've got the foot down. Always double check that too. And we're going to let her rip. Thing. There we go. And there we have trees. Let me grab the tree cam. Or is that a fish on its side? I think it's a fish on its side. You could also make a trees, I guess. Okay. Little Christmas trees. Fish. So either way, there's what you got. Now what I can do just quickly, as long as we're here, is just show you what happens when you do the width. Change the width of your stitch to, let's go all the way up to 4. Now we've changed the width. And we're not going to fight the machine at all. We're going to just very carefully feed this thing. Never, ever pull or tug on your fabric while doing this, because your machine is literally reversing and backing up. Okay? And you don't want to interfere with that process. It's doing it all on its own. And it's not really noticeable. The fish should be getting taller. They are, see? There's a short fish. There's a tall fish. Now, let's go with folding this over. Don't mind the background noise. My dog may have realized she's trapped in here with me with the door shut and there's no treats. Now we're going to play with the LS modifier. We're going to take it to long. Oops, sorry for the bounce, folks. I should say the long short. We call it LS. We don't need to be abbreviating things. You know, it's either long or short. So now we've lengthened the LS and we have to go for a bit. I'm running out of fabric here and I want to keep it neat. Even though this is just a practice run. I turn these into quilts later on, even my sewing practice quilts. Now, I'm not pulling it. I'm just letting it do its thing. I'm letting it run pretty much as it wants. And now you can see that our fish has gotten much wider and no longer really looks like a fish. So we'll go back to that switch. I'm sorry. We're staying at 6 up here and put it on short. Maybe a little shy of short. Okay. And this is the enjoyment of it. Is, you know, you can sit and play with these settings all day as long as you keep in mind that there are things you should or shouldn't do, such as tug on the fabric, or not have your settings right to begin with, or have the wrong placement. So please, download the PDF. There are several wonderful places to get every manual that ever existed for every Kenmore sewing machine. And there, that's what it looks like when you have fish on top of fish. That's kind of an interesting stitch, isn't it? Look at that. Interesting. Could do a lot with that as far as textural and such goes. So there's your LS on all the way into long. And of course, this is your LS all the way on short. This is your LS. I kind of ran it off the page. This is your stitch width going from 3 to 4. And then this is your stitch width at 3, and this is at 2, I believe. So, and as you can see, if you look close, it's very nice stitchery. You could go to 8 stitches per inch. I'm using a very thin thread here. If I was actually going to be doing some of this on a fabric, I would be using a heavy, heavy cotton thread. Something that really makes the embroidery, or silk, to make it stand out. And probably colorful. This isn't just a bird. This is a chicken. As you can see, it looks great. Let's look at the other side. I haven't fooled around with the tension at all. It's very important though when you put the cam in to make sure that your settings are exactly right. And this is what it looks on mine on the 1781. It's 17811. You have to be in cam. You have to be in width from 1 to 4. You have to be in between L and S. And L means long, S means short. So if you turn it this way, it's going to make a shorter chicken. If you turn it this way, it's going to make a longer chicken. You turn this, it's going to make a wider chicken. It's going to make a skinnier chicken. Okay, got it? So you want it on L and S modifier instead of the red dot. And you want to set your stitches to 6 stitches per inch, which is what they recommend for at least practicing. And then you can turn it up a little, but it's a pretty complicated stitch. And then you are firmly in cam instead of the red dot. And then I've just been going at a width of 3. So that's it. And you can just get on your Kenmore 1781 and sew up some chickens.